Hello, my friends. It is I, OmnusI, here in my lair once more, here to answer another question by the RPG Brigade of Facebook for RPG A Day. Today is the 21st of August, which means the 21st question, which is, which dice mechanic in a game appeals to you? Honestly, as I have matured in my gaming experiences and tastes, simplicity oftentimes is something that I value. I can play ultra crunchy games with a rule for everything. I've got several such in my collection, and honestly, they've been sitting on the countertop more and more. I enjoy a game that doesn't require a lot of thought and detail to get in the way of me telling a story. As far as negotiating the fiddlier bits about a particular rule set, oftentimes I'll just wing it rather than look up precise numbers, and my players are all right with that. Both they trust that I have a grasp of the rules well enough, and also that I'm being fair and levying the rules and my judgment according to the situation so that they can make realistic decisions for their characters. Which is nice. It's really good to have the trust of your players. If you lose that, you're going to have to fight a long time to get it back. But this particular rules mechanic, or as far as dice mechanic goes, the concept of advantage in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, to me, is one of the more appealing aspects of the game. Whereas earlier renditions of Dungeons and Dragons and many, many other games have dedicated whole pages to figuring out how to assess penalties and how to more realistically assess alterations to the odds, either in your favor or against the favor of the roller. Well, slicing through all of that and setting up the advantage mechanic, where if the odds are in your favor, you roll 2 dice and take the better. If they're against you, you roll 2 dice and take the worst. It's elegant. It's overly simplified, but it suits my needs. It does not forego disaster in the case of advantage. It does not evaporate your chances of success for disadvantage. It just makes it harder. On the other hand, if you're still, you still have a high chance of success with either die roll, you're still going to have a fairly good chance of success even so. You're just adding an element of chaos into that. Likewise, the reverse. If you are taking a stab in the dark at something that's very difficult, advantage still does not raise your chances tremendously. But anybody who's been playing a long time knows that sometimes the second bite at the apple is all you need for the drama to unfold in a way that, well, makes life interesting, which is why we still roll the dice. For me, that is the mechanic that I appreciate for what it does. And quite honestly, I'm fairly happy with it. Again, a fairly elegant response to clearing up some of the clutter of rule sets that are always in danger of getting bloated. You always want to add more and more as a game designer. It takes a disciplined mind to step back and strip away the complicated mess that can come up and just say, let's just do a simple mechanic and let that work. And it does quite well. So, coupling to that, they leverage that advantage to give even more incentive for role playing and more tools for the game master to reward good role play for their players by the inspiration mechanic, whereby you can give your players the inspiration to reward them for good role play. When they have earned it, they can hold on to a marker that gives them advantage when they want it, not necessarily when the situation comes. Or they can use it to dispel disadvantage. Their inspiration carries them through and gets rid of the distraction. Again, it doesn't guarantee success, nor does it guarantee failure, but avoids failure completely, but it's a nice mechanic that is supplemented along with the advantage-disadvantage mechanic. So that would be my response. Relatively short one, but it's certainly something that I do appreciate. So, I am OmnusI here once more. My next answer will be a bit longer. I can just about guarantee it. So, thank you, and I will talk to you next time here in the Lair of OmnusI. Farewell.